welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole if you're new, and today we are doing a Costco cake makeover. Now this is, I think, maybe the third or fourth one that I've done on my channel. I did do the half sheet one that Costco sells in just a really cool piping technique before. I've done one of their round ones in a really fun winter wonderland theme this past December. So today I picked up one of their round cakes again. And this is just the 10-inch white cake with vanilla cheesecake mousse. And I get these because they're great value for the price. So $16.99, same as I paid with my December Winter Wonderland cake for almost 4 pounds of cake. So sometimes I have to scrape off the frosting. Sometimes I pre-order ahead just so that I don't have to do that. But when I went there, they already had some that didn't have any design on them. So I picked up the plain white because those seem to work best for whatever I'm trying to design them with. So today's design, I want to do a really simple, like spring theme. I am fortunate enough to have my mom here for her birthday this year. So I wanted to decorate her a Costco cake, but in a really nice spring design. Really nice and simple because I'm not a cake designer, but we're just gonna do our best and see what happens. So with my plain white cake, I did pick up a bouquet of some flowers while I was at Costco. I think they call them the deluxe garden sets, which are only $9.99 at my Costco. And let me just show you a couple of them I have here drying. These really pretty, like light purple lilac-ish. These are giant mums, and I know that because I asked the floral person who was there restocking the flowers. And when I Googled fresh flowers that were safe for cakes, giant mums came up as okay, but I saw online that you can dip them in some baking soda and water soaking for a few minutes. So I went ahead and took my whole bouquet, cut them out of the plastic, and then just trimmed them a couple of inches of stem worth, maybe about 2 to 3 inches or so, the amount that I need to stick into the cakes. Trim those off and then dunk them into a bowl of cold water. Online it said cold water with about a tablespoon of some baking soda. So I mixed that together and I dunked my flowers in to submerge them. And then I tried to put them tops down so that the petals were submerged. It said to do that for about 15 minutes, but I ended up leaving them in there for closer to 30. Took them out and then set them upside down onto a towel to get them nice and dry for a few minutes. I also took some of the green stems from the mums and soaked them also in some baking soda water for a few minutes. I would rather have had multiple different flowers to do this with, but this bouquet was only giant mums, so I thought I might add a little bit of greenery just to spruce it up a bit for spring. So I have everything on my towel now. All right, now that I have the petal parts of my flowers getting nice and dry, they're still a little bit dewy or misty, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I dry the stems really well on each of these, because in order to make sure that I think it's the chlorophyll from the flowers does not leach into the cake, you have to take precautions with that when you're using fresh flowers. So there are a bunch of different methods that I looked up that you could do. So you can either use some floral tape, stick a toothpick in the stem, use some floral tape to wrap around. I don't have any floral tape on hand, so, or you could also use some plastic wrap to wrap around the stems for the part that you're gonna stick into the cake. But today I'm going to do the almond bark method. So I'm going to take a little microwave safe ramekin and cut off one of my blocks of this almond bark here. I already have this almond bark in my pantry, so it's just easiest for me to use that. I'm going to melt some in my container here, and then take the ends once these are nice and dry, and I'm going to coat and dip them in the melted almond bark so that we can get these a little more food safe. I don't plan on us eating the actual flowers. They're simply gonna be for our like spring theme decor. And this is also, I should have said that, this is also my first time using real flowers. So I just wanna make sure that I'm being extra careful, because I did read online that there are some flowers that are actually toxic that you do not wanna use in cakes. So this one I read is safe and they're beautiful. So let's go ahead and get some of my almond bark melted. All right, so I was able to get my almond bark nice and melted. It took maybe 3 intervals of 30 seconds to get one of those blocks done. So this is very hot. Again, I'm gonna take one of my nice and dried, make sure I extra dry these stems, dip it into my white chocolate here, or my almond bark. Get it nice and thick coated. And that's it, just like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and lay them on this sheet of parchment I have to dry up. Get my stem coated. And I'm only doing up till the edge here that I know is gonna go straight into the cake. You see that? That's all I need. Just like that, lay it down. And I'm also going to do a few of my greenery leaves. These ones I mostly won't dip straight into the cake, but for some of them, like I'll show you at the end, but I'm gonna stick them in between these flowers just to add a little bit of greenery. But for some of them, like these longer ones here, let me make sure these are nice and dry. I am gonna do a small dip into my white chocolate, just so that I have a couple of them that I can use in case there are areas that I wanna go a little deeper with these. And I don't anticipate I will need all of these, but I do want to get a good amount. This is less hot now, so I can hold it closer. I do want to get a good amount done in here. So again, take my flour, super simple, drag it inside my chocolate, just like that. Okay, now while we are waiting for our almond bark to harden up on our stems here, let's talk about the added decor I'm gonna use for this cake. Again, if I didn't already say it, I am just pulling from kind of what I have on hand now at this point. These, for one, I am going to use these gold butterfly sets. Now this is one that I got, this is a 48 pack that I got on Amazon. Back when I did my Costco makeover cake that I did the piping design on. If you haven't seen that video, these are the butterflies I used on Amazon. So these are really nice because they are nice and light. Let me grab a few of them to show you. And I do wash these and set them out to dry before I put them on any kind of food. I know that a lot of people use these for treat boxes and cupcakes and things. So I just want to make sure that I wash mine first. So let me show you a couple of them. Look at how cute these gold butterflies are. And what's really nice, they're nice and light, and you can bend them at the body of the butterfly so that I can make it seem as if the butterfly just is flying or landed right on your cake, right? Because what else screams spring but butterflies and flowers? So I have a few of those that I'm going to be using for this cake. So I'm checking on a couple of our flower stems, and these have already hardened up nicely. See that? I can touch it. Doesn't soften or dent or anything. These are already hardened, which is why I love using almond bark. So I'm glad that that was an option for these. So let's go ahead and move on to the fun part and sort of freestyle and get designing. I'm just going to sort of freestyle this. And I'm gonna take my coated stem and stick that right into my cake. Let me just show you from the back. See how we're not getting any of the green stem actually in the cake, just the white coated part. We'll take another one of our stems, sort of do a random dip that in. Another, maybe on this side, going on the top there. Now I'm gonna add a couple of our green stems, the ones that we have dipped at the bottom, because I wanna do some at the base down here. So I'm just gonna stick that straight in and point it out like this, just coming out the side like that. And then I'm gonna do some of my random green pieces, just not sticking into the cake, but kind of bunched in between these flowers here. Look at how pretty that's looking already. Now I want to do another bunch, I think down here in this corner. And I'm just doing this right on the cake pan because I don't actually have a cake plate. I'll have to get one day. One of my long stems. I want to choose the long stems for these ones because I'm sticking them down at an angle so that they're a little more sturdy. And I'll just do a couple of my green pieces in there. These ones aren't going to be sticking into the cake. I think I'll do one more of my short flowers stuck right down the middle of these two. We got one that tore apart a little bit. Good thing we have extras. So I'm going to remove this one. No problem. Look at that. I think I pushed a little too hard on that one, but that's okay. We made backups. There we go. That one worked a little better. Now I'm gonna grab a couple of our little butterflies. See if we can do any strategic placement here. And I'm just going to push them right into the frosting. And they stick pretty well like that. I did that with my cake last time. And they do pretty well. And if I didn't mention, that pack that I bought on Amazon comes in different sizes. So I also have a couple small ones. These ones all have sort of draped onto our flowers like that. This took us like minutes to put together. All right, everyone, that is it for this Costco cake makeover. Check out our final result. It literally took us minutes to put these flowers on, mostly because I just kind of did it freestyle. I didn't really think about it. I've seen pictures for inspiration, but I just kind of placed them wherever, added my greenery on there and my little butterfly accents. I think I tried to keep it simple, but also I think it looks really, I don't know, just really pretty, and it like screams spring to me. So again, happy birthday to my mom. Hopefully she loves this cake, although I did not bake it myself. I did not have time for that this time because I was in a pinch. But trust me, if you're in a pinch, you can do something exactly like this too. So easy. Plus, it kind of saves you from having to spend maybe upwards of $50, $75, or $100 on a bakery style cake. Let me know what you think of this one. If you like this video, please make sure you give your girl a thumbs up because that would really help out my channel. If you want to see more of me in the kitchen or just watch my past Costco cake makeover videos, and make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss anything else I got coming out soon. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.